What is going on? It is your boy. I am back. It is Jordan JC on the ATS report and Justin Fields. We got to talk about him, man. The NFL season is right around the corner, and recently he had an interview. We're talking about the Chicago Bears quarterback, of course. He had an interview with a reporter that straight out asked him, "Do you think that you will eclipse 4,000 yards passing as a quarterback this year?" And with confidence, immediately, Justin Fields says, yeah, I will. Now, the reason why this is even a topic is because as long as the Bears have been around as one of the storied franchises in the NFL, there has never, I repeat, never been a Bears quarterback that has eclipsed 4,000 yards. Yes, you heard me right. It seems like far-fetched and crazy, right? Because we are used to a league, especially now, where passing is just a staple in a lot of offenses. West Coast offenses, running gun, the throwing it down the field is one of the most popular things in the NFL. Hail Marys. Like we're used to seeing quarterbacks eclipse 4,000 yards easily. The likes of Josh Allen and the likes of Aaron Rodgers, like Peyton Manning. We've seen that so many times throughout the years on all these other teams. Even, I'm going to be honest with you, even other mediocre quarterbacks that, in my opinion, don't even have the level of talent and skill that Justin Fields could possess, have eclipsed 4,000 yards. And so that question is relevant. Do you think that Justin Fields will eclipse 4,000? In my opinion, I'm going to be honest with you. I think he will come just short this year. However, over the course of his Bears career as a quarterback, I think he will eclipse 4,000 yards. But as far as this year, which is what the question was, I think he'll come up short. But I think he will do better than any of his previous seasons. And here's the reason why I say that. So obviously when Justin Fields got drafted, right, he came into a system under Matt Nagy that wasn't really complementing his style. The man was trying to make him a pocket passer, and that was it. Just strictly a pocket quarterback, because Matt Nagy wanted his system to work to the fullest degree under his credit. He didn't want to acknowledge and admit that you have a quarterback that has all of these other skill sets, athletic to the T, can scramble, can get out of the pocket and out of trouble just like that with his speed, right? And he didn't utilize him. They didn't call up and have schemes ready for Justin Fields to get out of trouble. That's why he got sacked and knocked into oblivion so many times in his first year. And so, hey, just like the line from other guys when Mark Wahlberg said, "Hey, you can't box me in. I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly." And so Justin Fields is now getting a chance to spread his wings. The talons are unclipped. He now can actually do his thing. And the reason why is because he now has more talent around him. Now the Bears have gone out under Ryan Poles and gotten an actual number one wide receiver in DJ Moore. That is going to impact his passing yards. You have a healthy Darnell Mooney coming back into camp, and he looks like he didn't put on like maybe 10 or 15 pounds of muscle, and so he's ready. That's going to be an X factor as well, in my opinion. And then you have Chase Claypool. A lot of criticism has been coming Chase Claypool's way recently with, has he actually been putting in the work? He's doing all these tours and going all around the world and doing this and that, when actually he's been giving back and being a part of a lot of charity events, which is actually a positive. But the spin has been, he hasn't really been putting in the work to actually be the best version of himself that he can be, kind of comparable to when he was a rookie under Ben Roethlisberger and in Pittsburgh, when he put up a really good season there. And it's kind of like plummeted off. But I think Chase Claypool, who also is another X factor, is going to obviously be better understanding of the playbook. He was kind of put out there in the middle of the season, and kind of was just doing his own thing. He wasn't really integrated into the offense like he should be this year. So I look forward to him being a better version of himself this year. So you have that piece. Then you have Cole Kmet, that's coming off of the best season of his career as a receiver, receiving tight end, excellent blocking tight end. So you know what he gives you right off the bat. Then you have another pickup, which I think is underrated, in Robert Tunyon, who I don't think is a tight end two. He's a tight end one on many teams, just like he was on Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers. And so now you have him coming and getting back in good graces with Luke Getsy as the offensive coordinator of this team. And so I think that's an underrated move. And you have the running back core, who, outside of having a good running game, they're also very good pass catchers as well. You have Khalil Herbert, who's going to be the lead back, at least from the beginning. Then you have a Deontay Foreman, who's also capable of being a three-down back. Then you have the rookie, who I'm really excited about, in Roschon Johnson, because I believe that he didn't show as much of his skill set as he could have in Texas, because he was behind Bijan Robinson, who obviously was the number one running back coming out of the draft this year. And so there's just so much more talent and more just consistency and connectivity with this team, because now you have some of these players that have been playing with each other for a while now. And so this year, I'm not really expecting them to be sort of like that rebuild team. Now they're on the uptrend enough where you can see them win more than they lose, or at least that's my expectation. Maybe not be world beaters yet or be championship contenders, but perhaps being in the playoffs, getting to the first round is my expectation. That is the least I would like to see from this Bears team. And I think that Justin Fields is going to lead the way in doing that. Now, here's another reason why I think that he will come up just short, but be better than what he's been in the past as far as passing yards, is because you look at that offensive line. What is the most important thing a quarterback needs? Protection, time. Right? He needs to stand up on his feet, be comfortable with getting into his throws, and being able to actually pass. And so if Justin Fields is going to either eclipse or come just enough close to getting that 4,000-yard record for the Bears, which is crazy again to say, then he needs protection. And I think that line has upgraded at least to the point where they're serviceable and they're not in the bottom of the barrel when it comes to the league. You have a Nate Davis that you signed at the guard position, a fully healthy Tevin Jenkins, who I think is going to be excellent at the left guard position. You have Braxton Jones, who the organization has invested in as a high round draft pick, who has held his own. Honestly, he's done a very good job, even though he was drafted in the late round. And I believe he could take a step forward in being an even better pass and run blocker. Then, of course, you have the high draft pick from this year in Darnell Wright on the right tackle side. And I believe they're going to go with, I don't know if they're going, I'm trying to remember who they're going to go with at center. It escapes me at the moment. But I believe that Darnell Wright is going to do his job to the best of his ability. When he went against those edge rushers in college, that, you know, the likes of Alabama's edge rusher, or I believe there was an edge rusher from Kansas State that really stood out. Every time that he went up against the top talent on the defensive line, he held his own. He didn't allow his quarterback to get sacked or even pressured. And so I think that's going to translate pretty well, or soon enough, I should say, going into his rookie season. And so I look for the Bears to actually have a more than competent offense. You've changed the way that people are looking at this team now, because they have a legitimate wide receiver. And I believe DJ Moore is underrated, even though people know his name. He himself has come from a team where their quarterbacks have not really been the best, and he still has put up yards over 1,000 almost each season. And so you look at that, and now you have him with a legit quarterback. They're in the same age range, so they're going to grow together as time goes on. You already heard the reports in camp that they look like they're already in sync when it comes to passing and the routes. Like, Justin Fields seems to be on a different level now. And so we're going to see if he actually can eclipse it. Again, I got maybe 3,500 yards, because I still think that he needs to utilize his feet. Maybe not as much as last year when he had to almost break the record and run for his life. But I think that he will get to the point where he's going to maybe get 3,200 to 3,500 yards, which is excellent. If you're still putting up 1,000 rushing yards yourself and the team is still winning, I'll take that. So maybe not this year, but next year. And just to go over the record for the Bears, Eric Kramer, 1995. He holds the record for most passing yards in a season at 3,838 yards. So he came just this close, but it's never been done. Even you would think Jay Cutler, in those years where he was slinging a rock around to Brandon Marshall and Alshon Jeffrey, Matt Forte, they had a very good offense, high-octane offense. He still didn't do it. And so I'm really looking forward to the time when Justin Fields is going to eclipse that. I think he has the work ethic. I think he has the concentration. And now I think he has the team, which I think will get better and better in the future as the years go on, to actually do that. What do you guys think? I want to hear what you all's opinion is. Leave your comments down below. And I'll see you in the next video for the ATS report.